And welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be riding the original Lyric Graffiti. As you see it right there, this is a 52 volt e-bike with a motor that is a direct drive 2500 watt. You see it right there, and it has a peak wattage of 4700. So let's go for a ride and I'll tell you what we're going to talk about in this video. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about, I'm recording this video on the 28th of July, Monday, so you'll most likely, it'll go up tomorrow and you'll see it Tuesday, the 29th. Well, this video is going to be about something that's going to start on the 31st. And that is a new ordinance number 4680 for Scottsdale, Arizona residents, and they're implementing a new e-bike law that will prohibit anyone under the age of 16 for riding a class 3 e-bike. And in fact, it's going to be for any e-bike that exceeds, it cannot exceed 21 miles per hour. So that's technically even less than a class 3. That's barely a class, just over a class, anything above class 2 at all. 1 mile per hour over is okay, I guess. I don't know how they come up with 21 miles per hour. It's kind of an odd number, but that's what they said. Now, if they said over 20, which would be class 2, that sounds more like it. But when they say over 21, they are allowing you to go that 1 extra mile per hour. Kind of bizarre to me, but anyway, I do like this law. I think it's a good idea because as a youngster under the age of 16, do you really need to be riding an e-bike that's over 20 miles an hour? They're lucky to even have the option to ride an e-bike, because when I was a kid, we never had e-bikes. Never had the chance to ride one. We had what you call a traditional pedal bike, that's it. Whatever speed and power you could get out of your body, that's what your bike could do. And as far as speed limits, I don't remember having a speed limit on a bicycle except for whatever the road speed said. That's how fast you were able to ride. I've never heard of any bicycle having a limit unless it's on a trail. I could understand that, but on the road, I don't remember anything with regard to limits beyond what the street sign said. If you can go 40 miles an hour, more power to you for it, being able to get your bike up to that speed. So this law goes into effect on the 31st of July. So today is the 28th, Tuesday, so it'll actually go into effect on Friday. Kind of an odd day too to go into effect. Why not on the 1st of August? But it is what it is, as they say, and so let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think of this new ordinance for Scottsdale, Arizona? Do you think others should follow suit? I kind of do like this one. I like this better. First of all, I like it for the fact that I'm not under 16 years old, so it's not going to affect me in any way. But I like it because if they're saying that a good chunk of the injuries are for those that are youngsters riding e-bikes and being involved in injury, serious injury or fatality. We don't want to see any fatalities, of course. But if they're happening more often than not from youngsters, then yeah, they have to do something to cut that down. But sometimes I think they exaggerate a little bit on how many people are getting hurt on bikes. Like the number sounds so low to me in comparison to cars. but yet they say they're more dangerous than cars. I think it's just the fact of how you ride. You know, I know what it's like when you get with a bunch of friends that are, say you're 14 years old, for example. I'm just picking on an age that's under 16. We'll say 14 or 15 years old. I mean, you're gonna, when you're with a group, I know how this is gonna work. You're gonna show off, right? When they're by themselves, they have a much better chance of, in my opinion anyway, I think being more responsible. But when they get with their friends, they like to show off. Look what I can do, look what my bike can do, you know, look what we're doing. And that's where we get having problems. And we don't need that, right? I know it's not fair for those, or it's not going to feel fair to those kids that are under 16 that do ride responsibly. I do feel bad for them. Right now, this is only in Scottsdale, Arizona, but I could see this branching out a lot further, because whenever I see the crackdown on e-bikes, a lot of times it'll mention the youngsters, the young riders, right? So I can see where this could go far beyond Scottsdale. This could become a widespread deal. I don't know why they were honking at me. They just didn't want me on the road. Oh, maybe they knew who I was. I didn't think of that. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on this crackdown for Class 3 e-bikes. Actually, like I say, it's even less than Class 3. Anything above 21 miles an hour, a youngster under the age of 16 can no longer ride. Well, I guess if you're going downhill, you're going to ride more than 21, or do you got to keep your hands on the brakes? And the other question with this law will be, are they really going to implement it and crack down, like, and actually do it? Because a lot of times they threaten with these laws, but they don't seem to want to totally uphold and do something when they do see someone who shouldn't be riding. And I assume it's going to obviously go to the parents, right? Because at that age they're a minor. So we'll keep an eye on things and see where this goes in the future as far as other cities doing the same or something similar. The other thing I'd like to see them do and I guess adults are going to say, well, leave it to us. We should make our own rules as far as how safe we are. But that is wearing a helmet. I think you should really be wearing a helmet. And I mean, we do have seatbelt laws, and it becomes so routine, you know, when you get into a car, what's the first thing you do? You kind of feel for the seatbelt and put it on, right? It just becomes a habit. I think the helmet wearing should be. But I guess, like I say, if you ride without a helmet and you have an accident, well, now I'm not necessarily saying the helmet's going to 100% save you, but it may very well. And personally, I wear the helmet every time. The only time I've not worn a helmet is I've come out the door without it and forgot it, which has happened a few times, but I walk right back in and get it. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Talking about the new laws in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.